guys, when it comes to the presidential election, I get that it can be hard, it can be difficult to choose whether to vote or not to vote. It can be a very intricate question of a case of practical conscience. But when it comes to a different issue, the case is pretty clear cut. On 10 different states today, abortion will be on the ballot. It's very unfortunate that I have not really seen that many people talking about this. But if you see this video, remember, it's not too late to vote. The polls will be open till late in the night. The polls are open right now. So make sure, even if you aren't going to choose to vote for president or governor or senator or your representative or any of the other state offices, make sure that you go and you vote in these states against abortion, okay? So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go through multiple different states, and I'm going to show you what is on the ballot in these states. Okay, so the first state we have is Montana. So with Montana, it's CI 128, the quote, Right to Abortion Initiative. So a yes vote supports amending the Montana Constitution to provide a state constitutional right to make and carry out decisions about one's own pregnancy, including the right to abortion, and allow the state to regulate abortion after fetal viability, except when medically indicated to protect the life or health of the pregnant patient. Okay, so that's in Montana. Again, let's hope it loses. Okay, now Arizona. Arizona is Proposition 139. The right to, the quote, okay, I need to quote this because this is really egregious language. The quote, Right to Abortion Initiative. A yes vote supports amending the state constitution to provide for the fundamental, quote, right to abortion, among other provisions. Okay, next one we have Missouri. Missouri's Amendment 3, the, quote, right to, quote, reproductive freedom. Again, another nonsensical term. A yes vote supports adding a, quote, fundamental right to reproductive freedom, defined to include abortion and all matters relating to reproductive health care, to the Missouri Constitution, among other provisions. Okay, next we have two from Nebraska, and this is going to be interesting because one of them is going to be a good amendment, the other one is going to be a very bad amendment. So this one, Nebraska Initiative 439, a yes vote supports amending the state constitution, establishing a, quote, right to abortion until fetal viability. And then the other one is Initiative 434. In this one, a yes vote supports amending the state constitution to prohibit abortions after the first trimester. So this is this is a good one, unless, and of course you can't have everything, unless necessitated by a medical emergency or the pregnancy is a result of sexual assault or incest. Okay, now going on to Colorado. So Colorado Amendment 79, the, quote, Right to Abortion and Health Insurance Coverage Initiative. A yes vote supports creating a right to abortion in the state constitution and allowing the use of public funds for abortion. Okay, this is very evil. It's very evil, okay? Okay, next we have Florida. And this is Amendment 4, the, quote, Right to Abortion Initiative. A yes vote supports adding the following language to Florida's Constitution's Declaration of Rights. No law shall prohibit, penalize, delay, or restrict abortion before viability or when necessary to protect the patient's health, as determined by the patient's healthcare provider. Amendment 4 would maintain the current constitutional provision that permits a law requiring patients to be notified before a minor can receive an abortion. Okay, next we have the state that I grew up in, home state of Maryland, which unfortunately is quite evil. Question 1, first question, the, quote, Right to, quote, Reproductive Freedom Amendment. A yes vote supports adding a new article to the Maryland Constitution's Declaration of Rights, establishing a, quote, right to, quote, reproductive freedom, defined to include the ability to make and effectuate decisions to prevent, continue, or end one's own pregnancy. Okay, so, and a no vote opposes the, quote, right to, quote, reproductive freedom. Because, yes, I do oppose reproductive freedom, okay, guys? I am totally against any sort of reproductive freedom. Against it all. Nevada, question 6. Right to Abortion Initiative. Okay, So a yes vote supports providing for a state constitutional right to an abortion, providing for the state to regulate abortion after fetal viability, except where medically indicated to, quote, protect the life or health of the pregnant patient. Okay. Next, we have New York Proposal 1, Equal Protection of Law Amendment. A yes vote supports adding language to the New York Bill of Rights to provide that people cannot be denied rights based on their, quote, ethnicity, national origin, age, and disability, or sex, including sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, pregnancy outcomes. What the hell is this supposed to mean? And reproductive health care and autonomy. I hate this. I think I hate everything about this. I actually want the opposite. I want the opposite of this. What is the no? The no is they cannot be. Okay, good. I want people to be denied rights on all of these bases. Okay, I want the opposite of whatever this is. And now, for last, we have the South Dakota Constitutional Amendment G, the quote right to abortion initiative. Okay, this is what a yes vote does. A yes vote supports providing for a state constitutional right to abortion in South Dakota using a trimester framework for regulation. During the first trimester, the state would be prohibited from regulating a woman's decision to have an abortion. During the second trimester, the state may regulate abortion, but, quote, only in ways that are reasonably related to the physical health of the pregnant woman. Oh, they used woman. And during the third trimester, the state may regulate or prohibit abortion except when abortion is necessary in the medical judgment of the woman's physician to preserve the life and health of the pregnant woman. Okay, so a lot of these are actually just providing an absolute limit to, okay, first trimester or before viability, you're allowed to have an abortion. After that, the state can regulate it, which basically means, you might get to birth. You might get some state elections who are going to change this. But really, it's game over if a lot of these pass. So I hope that if you're any of those states, you go out to vote. And as always, God bless.